So take us through this. How did you develop this concept?
We walked into this discussing kind of what is American. You know, when we ended up meeting John has this great history in Americana when it comes to food. Lenny Kravitz of Kravitz Design designed the restaurant. He's intrinsically kind of has this American thing. So, you know, we kind of went through that process. I think when we were developing the menu, when we were developing the beverage menu, we were developing the design. So, I think that you know reads through in you know what we have. You know, the cuisine is American shareable, so it is you know most of the menu is designed to be shared. You know, like this ricotta. You know,
Well, those fries are mine, so I mean.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be sharing the fries. We could fight over those, but most of the menu is designed, you know, like hummus or like pork tacos or meatballs. You know, something that really kind of lends itself to you know friends and family, if that makes sense.
And the name on the outside of the door is Kola House, and there is some form of affiliation with PepsiCo, the beverage giant.
Yeah.
Can you take us through that arrangement? How did it happen? How did it all come together?
Yeah, sure. It's in partnership with Pepsi. We're backed by them. And, you know, they wanted to kind of explore what the core base of what Pepsi was founded upon, which is the Kola Nut. So you know, we do I own a company called The Metric. We also have a restaurant in Midtown called The Wayfarer, which is a 3-meal period restaurant. So we do kind of intrinsically honest food and good service, and that's kind of what we're founded upon. So when we discussed this with Pepsi and how do we incorporate the Kola Nut into how do we engage in a dialogue about the Kola Nut? It was, you know, how do we make it into how do we incorporate it into the beverage program? How do we incorporate it into the food program? So. And he can probably talk more about this, but the flavor profile is similar to that of like a coffee or something really dark and rich.
And you couldn't tell, you know, I walked around here, you don't see soda bottles, you don't see anything on the menu.
Sure.
That's by design.
Yeah, that's by design. You know, I think that people now are they want to engage in an experience, you know, and you know I think that the discussions that we've had with Pepsi go way beyond that of obvious branding. I think people are smart, you know, they don't need to know. They do know, you know, but there's no need to repeat it again and again and again and again. What they want to come or what we want people to come and engage in is just a kind of cool experience on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. You know?
So, Chef, maybe you can take us through the menu. Chief among them, what is the inspiration for some of these dishes?
So I got the inspiration after speaking to Lyle, and he gave me some ideas about how he wants the restaurant to look, and he wants his restaurant to be as a place for hangout, place for sharing items. So I designed the menu 60-65% shareable items, and it was a kind of challenge for me because it was the first time I'm using Kola Nut in my recipes. So I did, after some research and study on the Kola Nut powder and Kola Nut itself, I brought it to some dishes, which is some dishes are like a steak, it's seasoned. I made a signature spice for Kola House, which is Kola Nut powder in it. Signature barbecue sauce is again Kola Nut in it. So the way we design the menu is that someone would come in with few guests and they sit down, they order, and they can share things and they can taste everything basically.
The Kola Nut itself, how would you describe that? Is it spicy? Is it sweet?
It is, it's really bitter. I would say 100% more than coffee, and cocoa powder is really bitter. But what I found about Kola Nut was really amazing that when you add something to it, when you bring it to the next level, it adds really great flavor. It loses that bitterness, and how I did it, I balanced it with some sweetness, which is maple syrup in our barbecue sauce, and the spice that we are using, it's which you tasted on the fries right now, it's balanced with the sugar. So I made that balance happen between sweet, spicy, sour, and it would taste it.
Lyle, I mean, do you plan to open more of these? How is your mind working? Because you're not necessarily new to the restaurant game.
I'm not new to the restaurant game. You know, I think that if you build it, people will come. So we'll kind of see what happens with the partnership. I think it's a great concept, and I think that it's not something it's funny because, you know, we built it for a New Yorker. We built it for people that kind of want to go out in the meatpacking. You know, but that's not New York centric, and it's not something that's not going to work in Los Angeles and Miami and Houston.
And lastly, can we name drop? Rumor has it there has been a bunch of stars that already showed up. Chrissy Tegan made an
was
appearance.
here. Yeah, we've had quite a few people here. Olivia Palermo has been here. We've had oh goodness, I can't even name them, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Good luck with the restaurant. Now, we need all of this really quickly. Thank you
very much.
Thank you.